Open water swimming is more than just swimming without lane ropes. It's swimming in cold water, changing conditions, fatigue, uncertainty. And it's making decisions when things don't go exactly to plan. I know that firsthand. My first open water swim event was a 2-kilometre race in water temperature around 17 degrees. I was 16, lean, and unprepared. Unlike triathlon, where I could wear a wetsuit to protect against the cold, I went straight in. And with 300 metres to go, I had to be pulled from the water with hypothermia. That's the only event I've ever not finished. And it taught me early how unforgiving open water can be and how critical preparation, awareness, and understanding of your body really are. Years later, I took on the challenge of a solo crossing of the Rottnest Channel, a 20-kilometre swim that demands careful planning, training, and respect for the ocean. Completing that crossing deepened my connection to the open water community and reinforced why preparation and knowledge matter. This podcast exists because open water swimming sits at the intersection of experience, preparation, and science. And too often, those things are talked about separately. My name's Grant Landers, and this is the science and art of open water swimming. I've been involved in endurance sport most of my life, as an athlete, a coach, and now also as a sports scientist. One thing I've noticed over time is that open water swimming is full of incredible shared knowledge. Lots of stories, unique traditions, and techniques that get passed down. But it's also full of assumptions, guesswork, and folklore. At the same time, there's a growing body of research on physiology, environment, safety, and performance in the open water. But that information doesn't always reach the swimmers in a practical or accessible way. This podcast is my attempt to bring those two worlds together. Not to replace experience with science, or science with experience, but to let them inform each other. So, by way of background, I've been a swimming coach for over 30 years, working with swimmers from learn to swim through to elite triathletes competing at world championships. I'm currently an accredited high-performance triathlon coach, and much of my coaching now focuses on open water swimmers preparing for events like the Rottnest Channel Swim, as well as triathlon events from sprint distance through to Ironman. Alongside coaching, I'm an academic in sports science, where my research focuses on endurance performance and the impact of the environmental conditions. Things like heat in triathlon, cold water exposure, and how body characteristics and physiology influence performance and safety. I'm currently involved in research exploring swimming-induced pulmonary edema in open water swimmers. And I also collaborate with ocean engineers to better understand how waves and ocean conditions affect swimming performance. I mention this not to list credentials, but to explain the perspective this podcast comes from. Applied coaching, grounded in science, and shaped by real-world swimming. Most episodes of this podcast will be interview-based. You'll hear conversations with swimmers, from people preparing for their first open water event through to the very experienced marathon and endurance swims. You'll hear from coaches, support crews, and scientists working in areas like physiology, nutrition, safety, and ocean conditions. The episode length will generally sit around 20 to 30 minutes, long enough to explore an idea properly, but short enough to fit in a commute or a walk. Some episodes will be tied to specific events like the Rottnest Channel Swim or major triathlons, while others will focus on broader themes: preparation, adaptation, decision-making, and what it means to perform well in unpredictable environments. Many of our guests have completed the Rottnest Channel Swim, each with their own unique crossing number. Mine is RCS 2565, and we'll share those as a way to celebrate achievement and connect this incredible community. This podcast is for swimmers and triathletes who are curious, not just about how fast they can swim, but about why things feel the way they do in open water. It's for people who value preparation, reflection, and understanding, and who want to make informed decisions about their training, performance, and safety. It's probably not for people looking for quick fixes or miracle solutions. My aim is that each episode leaves you with something useful, an idea, a perspective, or a question to think about next time you get in the water. This podcast is informed by my work coaching endurance swimmers and triathletes, as well as my research undertaken at the University of Western Australia. But it's intended for the broader open water swimming community. If this sounds like something you'd find valuable, I'd encourage you to subscribe, follow the podcast, and share it with others you train with or swim with. In the next episode, I'll be talking with Tyson, a first-time solo Rottnest Channel swimmer, about his preparation, expectations, and what it really feels like to step up to the challenge. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the water.